Your dog isn't being a creep. He's just a high-speed data analyst, performing a non-consensual background check. We've all been there. You're at the park, trying to look like a competent pet parent, and your golden retriever decides that the best way to say hello to a stranger is to perform a full-blown forensic investigation of their nether regions. It's the ultimate social glitch. In the human world, this gets you a restraining order and a very awkward conversation with HR. In the canine world, it's just LinkedIn. It's a quick sync, a huddle. It's the most efficient biometric scan in the history of biology. You see two dogs spinning in a circle like a buffering YouTube video from 2005? That's not a dance. That's a high-stakes information exchange. They are downloading 4K resolution data about every single life choice that other dog has made since the last solar eclipse. It's the loading wheel of doom. One dog goes for the sniff, the other dog pivots. And suddenly you have a furry centrifuge operating at 3,000 RPMs in the middle of a grassy field. It looks ridiculous. It looks broken. It looks like the physics engine of the universe just decided to take a lunch break and left these two predators to glitch out in the most embarrassing way possible. But to them, this is the height of sophistication. This is deep intelligence, before AI was even a twinkle in Silicon Valley's eye. Your dog isn't ngáo, he's a detective. He's Sherlock Holmes, if Sherlock Holmes had a cold nose and a tail that could knock over a low-set coffee table. While we're out here exchanging boring pleasantries like, "How's the weather?" or "Did you see the game?" dogs are cutting straight to the chase. They're skipping the small talk and going straight for the internal metadata. It's a strategic executive decision to bypass the fluff. Why ask, "How are you?" when you can just inhale their entire medical history and current emotional state in 3 seconds flat? It's peak efficiency. It's the kind of productivity hack that would make a Silicon Valley CEO weep with joy. But for us, the poor humans holding the leash, it's just 30 seconds of us saying, "Max, no, stop that. We don't do that to friends." While Max looks at us like we're the ones who are weird for only using our eyes and ears. To a dog, relying on sight to judge someone is like trying to read a novel by looking at the font choice. It's superficial. It's lazy. They want the raw data. They want the truth. And the truth, apparently, is located right under the tail. Think about the sheer audacity of this hello. Imagine walking into a high-stakes corporate networking event, walking up to the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, and instead of a firm handshake, you just dive right in for a deep, investigative sniff of his khakis. You'd be tackled by security before you could even register his scent. But dogs? They do it with a wagging tail and a look of pure, unadulterated focus. There is no shame in the sniffing game. There is only the pursuit of knowledge. When your dog meets another dog, they aren't just seeing a Labrador. They are seeing a living, breathing, walking encyclopedia of information. They're seeing a digital footprint that goes back weeks. They're seeing what that dog had for breakfast, how many times they've been to the vet this year, and whether or not they're currently experiencing a midlife crisis because the mailman didn't show up on Tuesday. It's a total system override of social norms in favor of absolute transparency. And the commitment. They don't just give a polite little whiff. They get in there. They commit to the bit. They bury their snout in there like they're trying to find a lost remote in the couch cushions. It's a level of dedication to information gathering that would put the NSA to shame. And if the other dog tries to sit down, oh, the frustration. That's the canine equivalent of someone leaving you on red or locking their profile behind a paywall. "Excuse me, sir, I was mid-download. I need to know if you've been eating the premium kibble or the generic brand before I decide if we can be bros." Now, you might be thinking, "Steve, surely there's a more dignified way to exchange contact info." And you'd be right, if you were a boring human with a limited olfactory system and a mortgage. But your dog is basically a walking, barking, lab-grade mass spectrometer with 4 legs and a dream. While we're out here struggling to remember if we left the oven on or where we put our keys, your dog is processing complex chemicals in parts per trillion. It's not just a smell. It's a full-color, immersive, 4-dimensional VR experience of the other dog's entire existence. Let's talk hardware. Humans have about 5 million scent receptors in those tiny little noses of ours. Sounds impressive, right? Wrong. Your beagle or your golden retriever has about 300 million. That's not just an upgrade, that's a different species of reality. To a dog, your clean house doesn't smell like lemon pledge. It smells like a chaotic, high-definition timeline of every meal you've ever cooked, every guest who's ever visited, and that one time in 2019 when you dropped a piece of pepperoni behind the fridge and just gave up on life. So, when they go for the South End salute, they're tapping into the holy grail of canine data, the anal glands. This is the canine version of the About Me section on a LinkedIn profile, but without the annoying corporate jargon and the fake I'm humbled to announce posts. These glands secrete a high-potency chemical cocktail that tells a story. It's a biological QR code. Hi, I'm Cooper. I'm a 3-year-old neutered male. I had chicken for breakfast. I'm slightly anxious about the neighbor's leaf blower, and I recently stepped in something I definitely shouldn't have near the big oak tree. This is the Jacobson's organ in action, also known as the vomeronasal organ, which sounds like a rejected villain from a low-budget sci-fi movie, but it's actually a specialized sensory system located in the roof of the mouth. It's designed specifically to detect pheromones that regular smelling can't quite catch. So, when your dog gets that weird, glazed-over, brain-disconnected from server look while sniffing, they're not ngáo in the way we think. They're zoning in. They are literally tasting the air to get a deeper read on the social landscape. They've plugged a high-speed fiber optic cable directly into their brain to download a massive PDF of the neighborhood news. And the circling? That frantic, spinning top maneuver that makes them look like they've lost their last collective brain cell? That's just mutual consent in the dog world. It's two supercomputers trying to establish a secure Bluetooth connection while both are moving at 30 miles per hour. One dog wants the data, the other dog wants to verify who's asking for the data. It's a high-stakes dance of diplomacy, performed by creatures who still think their own reflection is a personal insult. It's not gross, it's an evolutionary masterstroke. This behavior has been fine-tuned over thousands of years. Back in the day, knowing if the wolf walking toward you was a healthy alpha or a sick stray was the difference between a long life and becoming a mid-afternoon snack. Today, it's just how Buster decides if he wants to share his favorite squeaky toy or spend the next 20 minutes barking at a stationary fire hydrant for no reason at all. Think of it as social media for dogs, but with zero filters and 100% honesty. There is no canine Instagram where they can pretend their life is better than it actually is. The scent doesn't lie. You can't Photoshop your pheromones. If you're stressed, the butt knows. If you're healthy, the butt knows. If you've been sneaking extra treats from the neighbor because you gave them the eyes, oh, the butt definitely knows. It's the ultimate truth serum, delivered via a quick, awkward, face-to-furball encounter. So, the next time you see your dog performing a deep-dive forensic investigation on a total stranger's pet at the park, don't be embarrassed. Don't look at the other owner with that, "I'm so sorry, he's usually normal" face. Just remember that they are engaging in a level of communication that we, with our pathetic, rudimentary little noses, will never truly comprehend. They're living in a world of high-definition chemical narratives, while we're just reading the back of a cereal box. It's a masterclass in information gathering, hidden inside a behavior that makes every human in a 5-mile radius want to look at their shoes and pretend they're invisible. So, what's the final verdict on the great butt-sniffing incident of 2026? Is your dog a social disaster, or is he just the most honest creature on the planet? Think about it. We humans spend half our lives wearing masks. We go to parties, we shake hands, and we say, "I'm doing great, how are you?" while our internal servers are actually crashing and burning under the weight of a Monday morning. We're experts at the fake hello. But your dog? Your dog has zero interest in your LinkedIn bio or your carefully curated Instagram feed. He wants the raw, unedited, high-definition truth, and he knows exactly where to find it. If we tried this at a wedding, we'd be escorted out by SWAT teams. If we tried this at a job interview, the HR department would literally spontaneously combust. But for dogs, this is the ultimate no BS zone. It's a biological contract. It's a terms and conditions agreement that actually gets read for once. By the time they're done with that 3-second investigation, They know more about each other than you know about your own cousin that you see every Thanksgiving. Maybe we're the ones who are broken. We rely on words, and words are messy. Words can lie. You can tell someone you're fine while your eye is twitching, but you can't lie to a beagle's nose. You can't hide the fact that you're stressed about that presentation, or that you secretly ate an entire pepperoni pizza in your car before coming home. The dog knows. The butt sniff is the ultimate equalizer. It's the death of the ego. It's a world where everyone is an open book, even if that book is mostly written in pheromones and questionable life choices. So the next time you're standing there, holding a leash and praying for the earth to swallow you whole while your dog performs a deep tissue scan on a poodle's rear end, just take a breath. Don't judge the ngáo behavior. Embrace the glitch. Your dog isn't trying to embarrass you. He's just conducting a very high-level executive briefing. He's cutting through the fluff. He's living in a world of absolute transparency, while we're just stuck over here, awkwardly waving at people whose names we've already forgotten. In the grand architecture of the universe, maybe the butt sniff isn't a mistake. Maybe it's the most efficient communication system ever coded. It's fast, it's accurate, and it requires zero small talk. Honestly, I think we should be jealous. But maybe let's stick to high fives for now, for the sake of the neighborhood. And remember, if your dog is staring at you with that judgmental look after he's done sniffing his best friend, he's not being weird. He's just wondering why you're still using your mouth to talk when the real data is clearly located elsewhere.